Girl, you the best, and she love me when I'm in it, and she never be pretending, nothing is real. She gon' tell you what she bought it, cause she know you can't afford it. Know you can get it, looking exquisite, no competition, stay on the pivot. Who be watching, they be plotting, she so motherfucking independent. Mama be
Hello, hello, hello. Hey, where'd you go?
Oh, you need to remove that.
No, I know, but where'd you go? There she is. Guess who's with me again?
Me.
And we're so excited because today she's not the only kiddo that's going to be on the show today. We have the one, the only Gavin Munn is joining us why am I so tongue-tied today? As well as his family members, his mom and dad are joining us as well. So we're going to talk to a real entertainment family that's been killing it in the game. He's working on you've seen him on Raising Dion, you've seen him on Righteous Gemstone, and so many more. He's worked with Zac Efron, Robert De Niro, you name it, he's worked with them. Cannot wait to bring him in. And his beautiful family, who's also dabbled a little bit in entertainment as well. Oh, see, there we go. Now we got everyone. Hi, welcome to the E Spot again. How's everything going with you guys?
Oh, you need to unmute him.
Oh, I'm sorry. I muted you guys.
Oh.
Glad to have my producer with me. Let's try that again. So, how's everything going with you guys?
It's good. Definitely a big change, but we're getting through it.
Yeah. Now, for you, how long have you been out of school?
Like 2 or 3 months, maybe.
Okay. How are you adjusting with it? Are you enjoying it, or do you miss being in school?
I definitely miss going to school and seeing all my friends, but it's less school, so I guess that's good.
That's always a bonus, right?
It is.
I think every kid enjoys less school, especially so close to summer. Now, you've worked on a lot of different things. When did you know that this is what you wanted to do as far as being an actor?
Honestly, the first time I got in front of a camera, I just felt so comfortable and I just felt like this is what I need to do more often. And next thing you know, I'm an actor now, so I really enjoy doing this and did ever since I started, so I just knew this is what I want to do.
Oh, that's great. Now, Dad, you also used to work in the film industry. So, how excited were you when you realized your son also liked to do it?
I was very pleased. He, he he actually took off a lot faster than I did. It took me a little time to learn scripts and to learn the dialogue, and he picks it up very easy, and he does very well. So he's I would have to say he's even more talented than I am, but I do love he's in the family doing it. So.
Aw, that's so sweet. How do you feel hearing your dad say that about you?
Don't say I know. Just say no.
I mean,
Just,
Duh.
yeah, no. Yeah, I know, but
yeah,
thank you.
yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, whatever.
You know, we give our best work in our children, right? That's all we can hope for, is that our kids are even more successful and talented than ourselves as well. And so now, Mom, you work as a teacher. Is that correct? Right?
Yes, I currently teach preschool, and in the past I've taught second grade.
Now, how is it teaching preschool through Zoom?
Well, honestly, it's a lot different. We just basically try to send some ideas home for the parents to do, and obviously it's optional because it's preschool, so nothing's required. But we do still try to give them some ideas to keep their little ones busy.
No, it has to be an adjustment. Did you guys give her any tips for working on camera?
Who, you? She's great on camera. She does a lot of his auditions. She plays the opposite role in a lot of his online auditions and does extremely well.
Oh, so well.
I like being a child actor dad better than the actor itself. It's probably just as much pressure, but
I can coach him, but I'd much rather be on the opposite side of the camera.
It's funny. Before, I would say kind of the same thing. Like, I enjoy being on camera, but I enjoy even more watching her be on camera just because, I don't know, you kind of get to see them blossom and you don't feel as much pressure. And you can also be kind of a buffer between them and the other guy, as opposed to someone's telling you
Yeah.
directly, like, you need to do this, or
Right.
so on. So I can see how that would be
He
different.
doesn't require a lot of coaching, but he's got his own little style. But it seems to work really well for him and the director. So
No, that's great. I mean, getting to work on all the different films that you've worked with and all the different actors from Zac Efron, Robert De Niro, John Goodman. I'm impressed. I have not worked with Robert De Niro yet, or Zac Efron for that matter. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's definitely a privilege working with them.
Yeah. Now, have you done any virtual auditions or any new projects that you've been working on from home?
Yes, I've been doing a lot of webinars. How you say it?
mm-hmm.
Webinars. Done a lot of
With
those.
your agent and your managers and stuff.
Yep, agent and manager's been sort of keeping me into it. The feel of acting and all that. They've been keeping me into it and not letting me get too lazy.
You gotta stay sharp. What's the
Yep.
saying? If you always stay ready, you never have to get ready.
Yeah, that's
That's a good saying.
definitely true. Yeah.
What are you doing? What are you doing every day? Well, almost every day.
Like that.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you. Can you say it again?
Oh,
It's supposed to be on that setting.
no, it's fine.
Okay. How are you spending your days?
The past
Well, lots of bike rides. Definitely playing outside a lot. I kind of like the coronavirus because we get to play outside a lot more than we usually do. I feel like after this is over, we're gonna be outside a lot more now that we know it's really fun. And definitely a lot of Xbox, and lots of family time, which is always good. And yeah.
He's actually learned how to mow the grass.
Oh,
Yep.
see, that's one of the big bonuses is teaching the kids life skills. As she's been learning how to do the dishes and vacuuming.
Nice. Good job.
Yeah, her dad pays her. I refuse. I'm like, you live here.
Right.
Your house
I'm a
too.
child. I need money.
Child labor sounds like you.
Yeah, you never pay me enough.
I'm
for my
not supposed to pay
chores.
you. You
You
see
don't
that roof?
pay me enough.
You
Yeah.
see that roof over your head?
No, there was a funny meme, I think, or maybe it was a TikTok or something where the parent was going around putting ribbons or bows on all the light switches and electricity. Like,
What?
I buy all this for you. I don't need to
Yeah.
keep
Oh,
buying.
nice.
I like that.
That would not go over well if I tried that, but yes.
No, don't ever do that.
I would understand.
They just put a bunch of bows on the food.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, pretty much. So you mentioned Xbox. What are some of you want to ask?
You have to like switches, so I can do
What are your favorite games to play? On your
Fortnite, Six Siege, Payday, and I play a lot of games. I kind of change it up once in a while.
I don't.
Yeah, she's always
I
on
don't know.
Roblox.
Roblox. Oh yeah.
Oh, that's what
He
his
plays
sister.
that with his sister too.
Okay. Yeah, her and her cousin and some of her friends out of state.
One friend.
One friend out of state. They'll play
No,
while they're
one.
FaceTiming each other. I don't get it, but it's fun. I'm like, at least she's having some social interaction with kids her own age. So
That's what they don't understand. They don't understand.
I don't understand either, but they have fun and they can keep in touch that way. So
it's like their Facebook, I guess.
Right.
I know nothing about Facebook.
Oh yeah, that.
You're on it now. No, I'm kidding. Now, do you want to ask about it? TV shows, Steve?
Yeah. What are your favorite TV shows to binge watch?
I just started watching Outer Banks.
Is that
I really
good?
enjoy that show. I'm obsessed with that show now.
Really? I was wondering if it was kid friendly because one of the actresses in it, she's from North Carolina, but they used to be, well, she doesn't remember it, but because I didn't even bring it up to her yet, but they went to the same acting school in Greensboro.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember her name, but she's got the curly hair. I don't.
Early.
I'll
Oh yeah, I think her name's Kiara in the show.
That's it. Because she
Still
was
look
in
her
the
up.
teen. Oh, okay. You want to see her?
Yeah, I don't
She was
remember.
in the teen class that would come in right as we were leaving, and I remember her like sticking out some even then. 'Cause I was like, wow, she's
Where are you on
beautiful.
Instagram?
And yeah,
You're gonna look her up.
because I follow her on Instagram, so I figured
Oh.
that'd be faster. But maybe IMDb is a better choice. So now I know you work on Raising Dion as well as Righteous Gemstone. Any
Mhm.
word yet as to when you might start filming, or were you filming when this started and had to stop? Are you gonna look at
Well, we did start shooting for one day on the Righteous Gemstones, but we had to stop due to coronavirus, sadly. I definitely miss all those faces. We never did really start Raising Dion, but
Okay.
I think we're still starting back this summer.
Okay.
Hopefully, if everything goes well for season 2.
OBX, that's the name of the show.
So
Okay.
Yeah, she's looking at my trusty assistant. Now you said you were doing some of the webinars. Is it for like child acting, or is it something specific that you're learning from the webinars, or?
yeah, just like the acting and just giving like tips and just like it's like just tips for acting and just keeping you in the feel and teaching you new stuff even.
You can go on there and ask casting directors questions if you have
It's kind of like a
specific-
Q&A,
Oh, that's fun.
like a little chat.
The very last one we were on, it went in detail about how casting directors get paid and how agents get paid and how
I
managers
was
get
wondering
paid. and
about
what
that. How
percent-
do casting directors get paid?
Right. So it was good. I think what was the answer for casting directors? You could probably Google it and get a better idea. But
Oh, okay.
they get a percentage of it just up front for writing someone in and picking someone. I don't think it's an ongoing percentage the way agencies and managers get money.
Okay. Yeah, I never even thought about it before. As far as if it was just a salary rate, but since you brought it, I was like, oh yeah, I've never thought about that. If it was just because.
No, they definitely have an invested interest, and they try to work a little hard to get you in if you're a certain, if they have someone they like. So.
Right, for sure. I don't know. I think Mark Fincannon actually is the casting director behind some of the shows that you guys.
Yeah, Mark Fincannon was on one of the webinars that we were on recently.
Oh, good.
He's
I
very,
like that one too.
he's very talented. And he's got a lot of knowledge. And then we were on with his manager.
Yeah, they're involved with the Righteous Gemstones, the Finkins.
Okay. I could. He was the casting director for Dawson's Creek, and I worked with him on that. And so I was like, oh, I definitely got to watch this one because I know he's always involved in most of the castings there in the Southeast. And I thought he had so many great tips for actors. It was really good.
For sure.
That's it. Madeline. No, that's not her. Madison Bailey.
Yeah, and one of the guys on there was.
She's
Where's
from
the
Girl.
Fincannon?
Yeah.
Involved.
She plays Kiara. Yep, you're right.
Yep,
Stream.
Kiara.
I'll have to watch that. Now we have another show to watch because we're
It's
running
really
out of
good.
shows that we can both enjoy.
I'm not.
I'm over Jessie. That's what she likes to watch is Jessie and Bunked. And it's driving me nuts because I can sing Camp Kika Waka 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 or whatever and Victorious. So
But watch a couple of the Outer Banks to make sure that it's kid friendly for your house. Gavin he likes to step it up to that PG-13. He's not quite at 13, but all the stuff that he's been in, he likes to step it up a little bit. So just check it out in your house. I don't think it's bad.
Not that bad.
I don't think there's anything.
We also just finished that show Lock and Key. That was pretty good.
And that's another one that's kind of
Lock
scary.
and Key.
Lock and Key.
That was,
But again, that one's is up there too. I think
It
around
is, I know.
PG-13.
It's not bad. That one.
it's not bad, but it's a little scary, I guess, for some.
this one had me watch it. So I have.
Oh, I love that movie.
Yeah, we haven't seen
watched
it
Jessie.
2 yet.
Okay, so
I just realized
forget
it's out.
everything I said. If she watched it, forget everything I said.
Okay.
Now we have something. to
Yeah, I
watch
just
today.
saw, I don't know where I saw
You
it.
like
I
it.
saw it chapter 2 is out. And I was like, yeah. Well, what happened was we went to GalaxyCon here in Raleigh and my daughters can be kind of shy sometimes. And
Yes,
so
yes, I
we,
can.
yeah. So they had this acting class, and this guy was looking for volunteers. And I was like, if you go up there, we can watch it. Because Chance Jacobs, he was there at GalaxyCon signing autographs and so on. And we got our picture with him. And he was saying that it was fine for kids. I'm going to send him my therapy bill because maybe it was okay
Exactly.
for the kids, but I was scared out of my mind. And she was ready to go
I
see
was
it
screaming.
too. Well, you were, but you
I was
enjoyed
screaming
it.
most
You
of
kept
the
wanting to
movie.
see it. Like, how many times did you want to see it though? Like every day after that?
Every other day. Well, on the weekend.
Yeah,
During the
I was
day.
traumatized.
During the day. It's better to watch
Right,
horror
just don't
movies
do it.
during the day, so you're not as scared.
Very valid point. Do you
Vanessa,
like
you
horror
look
movies
like
as well?
what's her name? The girl from Free Reign. I forgot her name.
Have you
though.
seen that show?
Oh yeah, she loves that show.
We do too.
Her name's.
That show was very expensive because I got her in horseback riding lessons.
I can't think of it.
Yeah, I
And
can't
then we had a
think of her
horse
name.
birthday party with ponies and everything. Yeah,
My daughter
that is
loves
a great
horses.
show.
My daughter loves horses too, so we've watched a lot of those episodes.
Yeah, because it was Free Reign, and then there's the other Spirit. Did you guys ever watch that as well?
Yes.
The cartoon. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
those are
Or the
cute.
neighbors were watching.
Alina
it.
has
I was
them.
watching that.
Oh.
Those are fun. Now, do you have any advice for children that might be interested in getting into the film industry?
Yeah. Well, obviously, right now is not the best time,
Right.
but after this, I'd just say you need to be really patient. Definitely need to put a lot of effort into it because it's not like you have to put a lot of effort into it. Like it's not that easy, and you might do 20 auditions and only get one out of them.
Right.
So it takes a lot of patience and effort, and just if you're a patient person, you'll probably be good with it.
Now,
What happens when you do get one?
Yeah.
Is it worth it?
Yeah, it's definitely worth it. I mean, seeing all the people on set is a blast, so fun, and
What about
what's
long
your
hours?
favorite part?
He never complains about that.
I know.
I like the
hours.
hotels and the food and the
Oh,
set, the craft scene. And I like all
Yeah,
that
craft services is usually her favorite part too.
Yeah, but
For all the
he's
snacks.
worked some extremely long hours. He just never complains
They have
about
the
it.
best cookies
Dang.
on craft.
Yeah.
Especially if there's other kids there because she's an only child. She's having a blast. She's like, she doesn't want to leave. There was one job she worked where it was 10 hours and we were in a warehouse and I was just like, oh, I don't know how much longer she's going to be able to handle. And she was having a great, like, I don't want to go. Well,
That means it's in her blood.
Yeah.
She likes
Right.
it.
If she can do the 10-hour days, she's perfect for it.
Oh.
He amazes me. I mean, even when he was 5 years old, able to stay out there all day, and I've always been super impressed with that.
When he was the one scene they were shooting, well, not only the one with Zac Efron and Robert De Niro, it was February, and they did a beach scene. They were all in bathing suits, and it was amazing. And he never even shivered, and everybody else. But when he shot Raising Dion, they put the rain machines out at 11:30, 12 o'clock at night.
Like 30 degrees.
It was about 30 degrees outside, and the rain was almost ice, and they were soaking wet, and they had to keep doing the same scene, and not one complaint.
I wasn't even cold.
I was freezing myself. But
How do you feel? Because I mean, it's hard to see your kids experience things like that and not wanting to intervene. How do you guys handle things like that?
well, that's easy.
Okay.
He's jumping up and down in the mud puddles and playing in the water where I'm trying to keep him warm and trying to make sure he's okay.
I was
He's
screaming.
he's jumping in the water and just acting like it's a summer day, and I threw my hands up and said, "It is what it is."
Me and Josiah were swimming in the mud puddles.
You were. You guys were laying in the mud in between scenes to
We
stay
were
dirty.
swimming.
It was bad. I mean, but even the directors were scared and trying to put blankets on him, and he's like, "I'm fine, I'm fine." But
wow.
I guess he, I don't know, maybe he had too much caffeine that day or something. I don't know. Did you have some chocolate or caffeine possibly?
I had 2 cups of coffee.
Yeah, right.
Wow.
Lots of
Wait, you drink
endorphins.
coffee?
No, he's
Oh, okay, 'cause I was like, I don't even drink coffee.
No, he didn't do that.
I don't have the stomach for it. No, I'm kidding.
Just those young endorphins they
He
have.
might have gotten hold of a soda or something or two on Crafty. I will not say that he might not have got some soda.
Oh, he's drinking the sneaking off and getting sodas from craft services or
Right. We don't do that at home very often, but when he's there, he uses as he needs the energy or something, what he said. And he
I'm
I'm tired,
I'm
but
tired.
I'm not.
Well, a lot of times rules don't really apply like they do at home as they would on
Right.
set because they're doing things or they're playing a character first of all, so it's not really themselves, but whatever it takes to make sure they're happy on a place where it's not. I mean, there's a lot of hurry up and wait sometimes, so anything to keep, I guess, that energy up, whatever
Right.
it takes. Sometimes I get it. Now, I remember when I spoke to you guys before, you had a really good story with John Goodman. Do you remember what it was about? Running into him or working with him the first time?
Hmm.
Uh-oh.
Let's see. His dad in the scene is Danny McBride,
Okay.
and his grandfather is John Goodman. So when he first worked with him, I think they were, I don't know if it was, had a big scene where they were eating at the table, and John Goodman, they were eating off each other's fork, which in today's world would be crazy, but
Not
they,
happens that anymore.
yeah. So I don't know what the story was
Do you
about
remember?
John Goodman.
Oh,
I mean, they always got.
I meant to listen to the interview again so I would remember it because I just remember
is
like
that the
laughing
interview?
and it being
Yeah.
about John Goodman. But
Yeah,
I
and you remember what stood out?
I don't remember about John.
think it was
Goodman.
about-
Said he likes boating and stuff, but I don't remember exactly what it was about John Goodman at the time. Vanessa, do you like old pirate movies?
Do you like pirate movies?
No.
Yeah. Well, if you ever on Amazon, there's pirate movies called Pirate Kids, and it's about these kids in a pirate show against these corrupted pirates, and those are the two movies that I did probably 15 years ago.
Oh, so
And
it's on Netflix.
I'm a corrupted police officer. But it's very funny. When he was a kid, he used to make all the babysitters watch this videos over and over and over and over and over until he was about 5 when he became a SAG-AFTRA and started doing well. Then I don't think he watches it anymore. Yeah, he watches his own shows. He
Like
said.
he's like, I don't need that anymore. I don't.
Yeah,
My motivation.
I guess it was.
When did you first start in the film industry?
Well, I started out as an extra on some shows with John Travolta and Steve Buscemi and Vince Vaughn, all the guys that were in some movies around Wilmington.
Okay.
And then I caught a little bug, and then I got a role in a Pirate Kids movie, and then they had a sequel, Pirate Kids 2, and I was in that one as well. So after that, I sort of just focused on my career, and then he came along, and then he took over the torch.
That's pretty cool to have, for him to also be interested in it as well, and for you guys to be able to share that together. That's really awesome.
Yeah, I'm proud of him. He's done a good job. And his mom probably puts in as much work, if not more, than he does, getting them ready for all these auditions now, and playing opposite role in the auditions. And a lot of credit goes to her. So she has taken a lot of stuff while I've been working and stuff. So, and then the way we travel is we alternate.
Okay.
If he goes to Atlanta for one of his series, he goes to Charleston for the other series, and we pretty much alternate. She goes, then I go. She goes, and I go. Just about every time.
Okay.
I want to change it because last year at Righteous Gemstones, she got a real good trip, and I missed out on it. They went out on a $10 million yacht out on the ocean, and it was only like 4 or 5 people in the whole boat, including the cast, and she got to go. And that was the time that I stayed home.
Okay, so you're gonna have to paint this picture for the rest of us, because not many. Okay, I've never been on a 10 million yacht, maybe a couple of million. No,
Right.
Yachts. So please share. I've been on casino boats, but
It was a. I'll let her talk about what it looked like, but what it was supposed to be is the Gemstones private yacht, and they went out and were eating raw oysters and shrimp and everything on the boat and just living it up, champagne. And he's in a hot tub on the yacht out in the ocean with his brother Pontius. And
what a hard life.
and they went out a few miles out in the ocean, and that was a real deal. They were shooting with drones, and they were shooting with cameras on the boat. And that was the time that I missed. So the alternating thing did not work in my favor, but I'm glad at least one of us were there.
No kidding. So what was that like, Donna?
I mean, it was pretty awesome. We had a good day, didn't we?
Yeah.
Took a few pictures or 500.
I can only imagine because she always picks on me about that I have like 11,000 photos of her on my phone. I think I would have taken just that many on $1 million,
That's just
$10
in your
million
old
budget.
phone.
Yeah.
Your new phone. Who knows?
I've been well. I mean, we've been quarantined, same outfit. I mean, there's not much to take pictures of
Yeah.
inside of
Same
the house.
outfit every day. Hair just getting messier.
Yeah, pretty much. So, now you were saying that they're probably going to get back filming maybe in August and this fall. Have they given you any indications, like any changes that may be happening, or?
I mean,
Yeah.
no, I mean, Righteous Gemstones, there might be a little surprise. Can't say much, but
Yeah.
there's going to be a little surprise coming up.
I know,
Raising Dion, I
spoiling.
mean, who knows, it's probably going to be as good as last season, which is really good.
I'm excited they're making
Can't
a
wait.
season
I haven't
2.
seen that cast in a while, and I'm really missing them, so can't wait for season 2, which won't be long, hopefully, so.
And
Do you
that was
have
scheduled to
characters?
start. That was scheduled to start in the summer anyway, so we're
Okay.
hoping that it stays on track.
Do you get to communicate with any of the other stars? Do you guys ever do FaceTimes or Zoom? Play video
Just
games?
about daily on Instagram, we're all talking and sharing pictures back and forth. A lot of these guys are friends with the Stranger Things cast. They'd ride around in the same van because their studio was next door to Raising Dion's studio in Atlanta, so they got to ride around and know them, and they've got lots of pictures with all the cars, and I mean they were together pretty much.
Oh,
So that was pretty good.
That's going to be a lot of fun. Now, I have a question in the comments, so I'll just go ahead and ask. Gavin, what has been the hardest role that you had to play?
The
If any.
hardest role,
Your stunts?
yeah, probably my stunts. Probably because, it's kind of hard because sometimes you have to do the movement to make it look like you really just got like Dion had to throw me into a wall, and the parts I had to do without my stunt double, I had to act like I was getting thrown into a wall, but I wasn't. So it's kind of hard to make it look real.
Right. Now, is your stunt double a child or an adult? I've always wondered about that.
She's an adult.
Okay.
She. Yeah, she.
Yeah. Oh, that's neat. Okay.
California stunt girl.
Yeah, California.
Yeah.
And he had, I don't know how many other photo doubles he had, but stunt double he had at least 2, I think.
Okay.
I
And
had
Raising
one
Dion.
at the park too.
Right.
Now, so the skateboarding, was any of that yours, or was it all done by the stunt double?
Some of it was. I had a stunt double for.
Tell them about the audition. She'd like to hear about the audition, how you got it, because you had to skateboard in an audition.
Yeah, well, basically, I auditioned for Chris.
I tell you what, not to interrupt, but tell them about where you were on vacation when we got the call.
That might have been the story.
That might have been the fun.
Oh,
So
okay.
we were in Cuba for a trip, and we got a call for the audition. So we went home. Well, on the way home, we stopped by the place to do the audition, and we did, and ended up getting it. So
Actually, we got a call for both series while we were in.
yeah, we got a call from.
We almost missed both of them
and-
because we had no service, right?
Yeah.
So we got back and they were like, "We've been trying to get a hold of you guys for a week."
Wow.
And so we went to Atlanta
Atlanta
first,
first for the Raising Dion audition.
and then pretty much got in the car and went right to Charleston.
Do you remember Chris on Raising Dion? Chris is his friend, which is
Okay.
another bully.
Oh, right. The one that stays mean.
He actually auditioned for Chris, but then they switched it and gave him the position for Jonathan.
Oh, good. That's that's a better role anyway, because you get to.
It is a good role. It was a big one, yeah, and I think supposedly it's going to continue into season 2. So
Oh, that's exciting.
it's always good to be friends with the lead actor.
Yes.
It's
You get
always,
all the perks without as much pressure.
yeah, it's always good. And they're close in real life. All of them are good friends, really good friends. So that worked out really good for them.
Oh, that's good. Now, is there any roles or things that you would like to do in the future? Anything that you haven't done yet that you would like to do?
Well, my goal is to one day land a role like Dion, or get like a main role and like get a really big role, like
Your own show.
Go ahead and
yeah,
say
like my
Henry
own
Danger.
show, like
Go ahead and
Henry
say-
Danger or
Go ahead and say
something.
it.
Oh, like would you want to be a superhero as well, or just you
Well,
have a different, or a pirate?
I just want to be like something like, I don't really know, like maybe like just like a I don't know. I kind of like the role from Outer Banks, something like that. Maybe that'd be really cool to.
Yeah, I really have to watch that show.
Yeah,
And then
it's really good.
You said Henry
It's
Danger.
all over my
If
timeline.
your daughter ever watched that show, Henry Danger.
That would be a good role too.
Henry Danger. I don't think we've seen that one either. Like, I'm taking notes so I don't forget to put it in the.
I think
Oh, you did?
that's been on our TV for at least 4 or 5 years.
It finally ended. I'm so sad now.
Well, when she was a lot younger, she was obsessed with Peter Pan to the point that she even had an invisible Peter Pan that followed us everywhere. And anytime she did something wrong, Peter Pan did it. The joys of being an only child, you have imaginary friends, but he was Peter Pan. And so we used to have like all this pirate stuff, always do pirate themed parties and so on. So it's kind of funny that you said that about pirates. I was like, oh, I wonder what she's going to answer.
And I think she's out of it though. When I asked her, she was like I think I was at one time, but I think I'm growing out of it now.
Yeah, because we even had a Johnny Depp. Not that she had ever seen Pirates of the Caribbean, but a
Yeah.
friend of mine was like, when we were having the pirate party, she's like, "Oh, my husband told me we had to get rid of this because my daughter started noticing he's cute." She was like 12 or 11, and it was the Johnny Depp as the
Right.
Pirates of the Caribbean. So we used to have him in our attic where he was like facing out the window just to kind of, I don't know. We thought it was funny, and so different people thought it was a real person every once in a while, which was fun. But so that was from her birthday party, one of her pirate parties. We used to dress up for it. It was a lot of fun.
It's funny how people can start like having a crush on people in shows. Like my friend has a crush on JJ from Outer Banks. It's so funny.
Oh, really?
Like
Wait,
all
which
she ever
friend?
talks about.
Say what?
That's like all she ever talks about.
Oh, really?
He's like, can we go watch Outer Banks so I can see JJ again?
Wait, is that the reason you like to watch Flash?
Well, tell them
No.
that
Flash.
you've got some girls from Brazil
Kobe.
chasing.
Is that his name? From
Barry.
Barry. Yeah, I watched that show.
Yeah,
I'm on,
we
like,
named our
season-
dog Cisco from that show.
I'm on like episode like 13 or something. I don't know. There's a lot of episodes on that.
She's seen all 5 seasons and refuses to watch it on regular TV because she likes to binge watch them without commercials. So we're waiting until season 6 is on Netflix. But how
That
many
spoils
times?
us a little.
At least 10.
Yeah, I'm on like season 3, I think.
Oh, wow.
Like
Yeah.
episode 12.
It's
or
a lot
something.
of, it's a fun show. And
Yeah.
it's nice that it's a
I
show
watched-
that you can
I
just like,
watched it like a long time ago. Then you made me stop watching it because I was like 5.
That was the big
Yeah,
guy with the
it
red
was a
suit.
couple years ago.
Big
Yeah.
guy with the red suit. No.
Yeah,
The Red
this guy was super speed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I started watching him again like 2 weeks ago in your room. Because like you wouldn't get
I
that
read.
anymore. I don't think.
it's a fun show. I don't mind. I mean, I don't mind watching it with it. That's one of the few shows I'm like, oh, I can watch this and enjoy it as opposed to, I mean, Bunked and Jesse, I like, but after the 10th time, you're like, I already know the punchline before it
I
comes.
know we do. We need some more shows for that kind of tween age, that parents can enjoy too.
Right. And
Like
that's
Raising
not
Dion, for example. That was a good show that everyone could.
perfect show.
Yeah.
Even my husband liked it because that's another thing. Like sometimes we'll enjoy it because we're both girls, but then for him to enjoy it as well, that's also
Right.
a disconnect for us. So
That's why we watch superhero movies.
I mean, I love superhero movies, so I have no problem with that anytime.
Same.
Now, what are some of your favorite movies? Or characters?
Movies. My favorite movie is Bad Boys 2.
I haven't seen that yet
I
either.
don't like movies.
Best.
I'm
It
thinking
was the best
I'll
one
wait
I've
for it to
ever
have.
watched.
I'm thinking the new one that just came out, the most recent one.
Not appropriate.
Oh,
Not completely, but he is funny. I'm a big Will Smith fan. I love anything that he's in, and I've watched him from Prince of Bel Air till now. I mean, so
No, my husband, they'll watch iRobot all the time together.
I Robot, yeah,
And
I
I
love
took
it.
her to
And
see
video
Gemini
games. I
Man.
don't care.
Oh,
Okay.
well, there's
I'm
that
just-
part.
I'm
He's
just
got it
playing on my
on.
iPad.
But I made her go with me to see Gemini Man.
Yeah,
No.
and I actually liked it.
What are some other movies that you like?
Yeah, that's more great.
What was some movie you said you loved it? We just watched it recently.
Oh,
A lot of
the one
movies.
with the person in it that we just watched.
I don't know.
Remember the one?
What
The
person?
one with that person.
There's a lot of
It's
persons
right.
in movies, Dad.
It's the person
Yeah,
in
we
it.
just watched a movie and you said
There's
that
a
was one of your
person in it.
favorites.
How am I supposed to know what that means?
It's the guy with the person.
the
Remember?
person.
Right? No, you know.
There's a lot of persons in movies,
I
Dad.
know. So you need more than that.
Women's people.
Some of the
There was a dog in it.
Oh,
There was a
the
dog.
Grandpa Spy.
Don't know what you're talking about.
I like that.
I've never heard.
Undercover Grandpa.
Oh yeah, with the mechanical dog.
What?
The dog that runs.
Dad, just
Red eyes.
Binge.
what?
Motocross.
A demon dog.
Motocross.
Oh,
Axel.
Axel. Okay.
Sorry for all
I
the.
still laugh at that time that I interviewed you and I was like, what's Motor X?
Yes, that's why he likes that
Look at
movie.
that comment. Look at that.
What's it say?
Yeah.
Gavin,
Gavin, you're better than the TV
guy.
guy.
Thanks for all the suggestions.
Oh yeah, no, because I made a point of writing out. Well, I didn't on this one, but I was like, make sure you know it's motor.
I'm better than the
Moto
TV
X.
guys.
My husband, he gave me the hardest time about that because we used to live near. When we lived in LA, we lived near X Games. So
Oh, that's
fun.
how do you not know? What?
What is that?
Oh, that's like the
Extreme.
skateboarding,
Yes.
For skateboarding, they'll jump. They'll have all these different
BMX bikes.
motorcycles. They're jumping over
Oh.
hills and
Oh.
racing each other. It's really cool.
I never understand how they train to do stuff like that because,
Hey, weird.
I mean, how do you try that? The first
Like
time.
who makes that first decision? I think I'm gonna jump
Yeah.
off of a sand hill while on a motorcycle. What? Why? Because like the first time I remember hearing about it was Pink's husband, Kevin Hart. No,
Oh,
something Hart, not Kevin Hart. That's the actor. Travis. I don't remember, but I remember watching him, and that was like the first time I remembered like it being in my radar. I'm like, wow, this is crazy. I like watching this because for the most part, it looks like when they do have a spill or something, they get right back up. It's not like they're really bad
do.
yeah.
for whatever reason.
There is a lot of equipment involved in safety equipment for sure.
Okay, so you guys do it.
Not enough for me.
Yeah, we.
They make
You're like
me
this,
run.
mom.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
no,
just
I
the
can never
Six-
be one of their moms. Oh my god, I don't know how the moms
on
can
one day.
Yeah.
do it.
You know, motocross racing.
I
I
don't
mean,
know.
it's almost like football
Oh.
in a way when
I'm set.
once they start playing tackle football.
Football, the same. I know.
Mhm.
I'd be a nervous mom.
Yeah, I mean, we went through all this trouble being pregnant with these kids, and they're going out there
Yes.
just wrecking each other up for the fun of it,
Exactly.
jumping in puddles and 30 degrees.
Well, at least you had some compressions on underneath your clothes to try to keep you a little bit warm. But then they got wet.
Oh,
So
Yeah.
They did have those mega heaters too. Those things were.
I never stood in front of them.
I did.
Those things would like light me on
I was
fire.
cold and I wasn't even wet.
My hair would like burn off if I stood in
They
front
were
of those.
mega heaters.
yeah, that's pretty neat. So, is there anything that you're excited to do once this is all over with? What's the first thing you guys think you're going to want to go do?
Man, that's a good question.
I'm ready to go to a Mexican restaurant and have some chips and sauce and just let someone bring me something instead of me getting it by the curb all the time.
Oh my
I
gosh.
just wanna see what other
I'm
people-
sick of cooking 3 meals a day. Like, this is not what I signed up
Well,
for
more
7
like-
days a week.
Except that
I can't eat anymore inside the car.
I want to go to a friend's house.
I want to go to a friend's house.
Yeah, I want to go to a friend's house.
What do you miss?
She says she just wants to see people.
See
Say
people.
it loud so they can hear you.
I just
Yeah, I
want
want to go to like a friend's
anyone.
But I'm really excited about getting back to work because all
Yes.
these season 2s and everything they're already the scripts are already written on both shows.
Oh, so
They're
you're
ready to go. They're just waiting.
Now, I don't want any spoiler alerts. I'm just curious. With shows like Raising Dion, Do they send you the entire script for the whole season, or just like bits and pieces here and there?
They probably will, but I don't think anybody has access to the script quite yet.
Not yet,
Oh,
but
okay.
they will. Yes.
But they will send him the entire script, and so he can get prepared for all of the episodes that his roles are in.
Yeah, I was wondering how much time they give children to prepare for roles, because I mean, I was an adult when I started getting meteor stuff, but even still, they wouldn't give me the entire script sometimes, just my section.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be
if
able
that.
to, I guess.
It really depends on the.
Well, if like you're there and like they're doing more than one, they'll give it like the day before.
Mhm.
It's a lot
They
of
make
day
so many
before
roles.
stuff, and these particular productions scheduling, because the Righteous Gemstones has so many big A-list actors that are involved with so many other shows. We found that scheduling can change. Literally, we don't get the schedule until 11 o'clock at night before the day before in our hotel.
Oh, wow.
We're waiting for the call times
Right.
and location at 11 o'clock the night before the next morning, and call time can be at 6 a.m. That's how fast you have to prepare for things.
Sometimes it's usually like.
And you do get the entire script in the beginning, but then they make so many revisions.
Oh, there are
so
three.
you get the final script, I guess,
And
you know,
then
like the
breakfast.
day before sometimes, or a couple days before.
How do you handle that when you're like, wait, I already memorized it this way, but now I got to change it? I mean,
Well,
it's not
those are
that-
usually a couple days, as Gavin says,
Right,
for
couple
script
days.
changes. But
It doesn't bother him at all.
it really doesn't.
It really doesn't.
He has a different mentality of.
It's like 5 minutes.
He drives me crazy on set because I'm a little bit different, focused, a little more method.
Mhm.
He has this ability that he is joking around up until the second they say action, and then he snaps into character and he nails it every time. And I don't get it. I think that it drives me crazy because I'm wanting him to do his best,
Mhm.
but he always does. He always does a good job. I have to brag on it for a minute. But it drives me crazy on set knowing that he can play ball with Adam Devine and all of his buddies on set. Skylar.
Yeah. Moonball.
They're playing moonball and stuff and wall ball or something. And they're just messing around. Had nothing to do with the characters they're supposed to be in. And then they get called on set, and then they both get into character like they've been planning it for days. So
A true
I guess
professional.
I guess once you're there, it's a little easier to do it, I guess.
Yeah, well, that's really impressive. That, I mean, to be able to switch gears so quickly, but I guess that's a sign of a true professional. It's in his genes.
Yeah. Or someone that just has a lot of things going on in there at once. But they come out at the right time.
Now, I was just thinking about this because with Righteous Gemstones, there's a lot of, like you said, more adult content. When he gets the script and you see it, like, do you pre-screen it and just kind of show him only the parts that how does that work?
Only the parts that he's in, yes. And we prepare him if there's anything, and talk to him about language and that it's just acting. They're not sometimes the actors or the roles aren't great role models, and that so we prepare him.
And it's
there's the Righteous Gemstones. He doesn't watch the whole entire show. We let him just watch the scenes that he's in.
Mhm.
However, a lot of the scenes that he's in are also have language and stuff in them too. I mean, the whole show is that way. So he hears it on set a lot, but we don't read the whole entire script to him. We just read, his parts for him
show,
to prepare
right?
for it.
Yeah, he doesn't know the whole script.
I always wondered about that because my parents were so strict with me that with her, I've been kind of that strict, but at the same time, like, well, she's starting to get older. I can't always, like when we watch the shows where kids are doing that now. So it's like, how do you make sure that you realize it's just a character and you can't get away with that same type of attitude or language at home?
Right. And he's good. I mean, he's such a respectful kid, and he knows, like, I've never heard him try to use that language at home, and he knows, he understands that there would be consequences.
Unfortunately, he hasn't had a lot of those words himself.
Right.
He just hears his family on set, family set,
Yeah.
Right.
family,
Yeah.
set family.
No, since he started
Big
so
fan.
young, I know he won't remember, but maybe you guys do. When he had to play at 3 years old that someone else is his grandparent, how was that? Like, how did you explain that to him in a way that he got that this is pretend, this person is now a family member? Do you remember how that worked
Well,
out?
he started at about 5, so
Okay.
he
I
was.
got 4. I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, he started at 4. He landed his first major role at
Well, he
5.
never worked with another family until he was
Oh.
5, so he understood,
Right.
what he was
Okay.
doing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He just goes in there and just does what
He's
he's supposed
had a
to.
lot of different moms and dads.
He sure has.
He gets around. He's got some mamas. A lot of
Yes.
baby
I
mamas.
think I've counted them the other day. We're up to like 27 other families that he has had since he's been in this, from John Deere to Hoover vacuum cleaner to all these movies and
You get a Hoover.
Halt to Catch Fire. He's done a lot.
Oh,
So-
that's fun. Now, do you enjoy doing, well, you said your goal would to have your own show, but do you like doing commercials as well? Because they're kind of quick.
Yeah, I mean, they're definitely they're still really fun. I mean, all of it's fun, obviously, but I mean, commercials are. I mean, I like them because usually, like commercials with kids, there involves other kids. So I mean, I get to make some new friends. So that's always nice.
But you like the one you have actual dialogue. There's not a lot of dialogue in commercials.
Yeah, I for
Yeah,
sure like the, TV shows and movies better.
Okay.
It's interesting with commercials how much filming can occur, maybe over a couple of days, and then to see what they actually choose for that short amount of time.
Yeah, the
That
30
can sometimes
seconds.
be either, sometimes it can be a little disappointing because like, man, they had such good footage. We did this and that, and then you're limited to.
You can't
what
put
they
so
can
much
choose.
in 30 seconds, right?
Right.
And you're like, what did they do with all that other stuff? Are they gonna
They're
make?
trying to sell something more so than, show the
Yeah.
range of what was done. Yeah, I get it. It's a difficult one. Now, because in acting, there's a lot of rejection as well. And I know you mentioned earlier, for every 20 auditions, you might get 2. How do you handle that? How do you feel is a good way to even share with other people how they can get over the rejections and the no's?
You sure this is.
I didn't hear you. Can you say it again, please?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Maybe it's my microphone. Make sure. So with the entertainment industry, there's a lot of rejections and no's. When you have something like that, when something happens with you like that, how do you handle it? How do you realize it's not you? It's just move on.
You just have to like know it could be like your hair or your eyes, or you just have to know you can't take it personally. You just have to know it's either your hair, eyes, your looks,
or just someone else fit.
Yeah, or just somebody else fits it better. It's not always like your acting skills. You can't take it personally. It's just sometimes your looks or something.
Yeah. Now, speaking of acting skills, are there any tips that you were given by some of your coworkers that you use, or that is a good tip that they've given you for working on set, or even for acting?
Yeah, they always give me good tips. They're really good about that. They're very helpful. Everybody's very helpful, and I'm very thankful that they're always helpful.
She wants you to share a tip so she can share it with her audience. What has someone said to you that's helped you?
Somebody said, since let me think.
You told me the other day something about how you memorize a script so easy.
Oh yeah. So if you have a paragraph, I usually do one sentence at a time and then close my eyes and see if I can remember that, and then I do the next sentence and see if I can remember it, and I just keep doing that until I have the paragraph down. And that's how I memorize my stuff.
A very good tip. I like that one. That's a lot easier than writing it over and over again. Sometimes I'll do that if it's got like tongue twisters. Sometimes I'll write it out, so on. But do you have any more questions for him?
What's also very important on these scripts is the tagline above it that sets the mode of the actor. So there's always a line above it that says you're agitated, or you get up from a chair, or you're disappointed at that answer before you throw that. And that will tell you how you really should
Facial expressions.
It shows you more facial expressions, how to throw the line out, so you can actually feel like you're in the role. And eye contact, eye levels are very important. He's looking at the camera now for the first time, I think, ever. But normally that would be a no-no, right?
Right. Oh, I'm glad you mentioned that. I had some HGTV guests on a couple, I guess it was last month actually, for High Point Furniture Market Week. Since we didn't have High Point Furniture Market, I invited some of my friends that work High Point Furniture Market or host on HGTV. And Jennifer Farrell, who hosts a lot of shows on HGTV, she made a point of saying that when you're hosting, you have to look directly into the camera lens. And it's still so hard for me because I'm still like,
Yeah,
Right.
right.
it's
Right.
too difficult. I'm like, wait, I need to stick to what pays me. My bread and butter is to not look in the camera. So I keep going back and forth because I'm like,
There's that camera.
yeah, it's hard because it's also like a green light. So you're like staring at a green light instead of
Right.
a
No
pew
doubt.
or something.
Hi, green light. How are you today?
It's a little different. So I want to be mindful of your time. Is there anything that you guys want to share that we didn't go over?
I think that's about it.
Yeah, no, is it okay?
Yeah,
Well,
that's. I think we've covered a lot, but I'm glad that you invited us to be on your show.
no, I had to have you guys back, especially when I saw there's season 2. I was like, oh, great, we can talk
Yeah.
about how
Hopefully,
exciting
there's
that is.
what we've heard so far is season 2 of Raising Dion is going to be incredible. There's going to be a lot of surprises, and even the Righteous Gemstones. There's a couple of things coming up that we can't really share yet, but there's a surprise coming up in the near future for that as well. So.
Oh, what about 8 Slices? Is that out yet? Or
Yes.
Yes.
8 Slices. It was due to hit the theaters literally the day before the president did the national emergency and everything stopped. So instead, it went straight to iTunes, Amazon, and
Oh,
Hulu, and several other ones, and you can rent it now on those platforms.
have you
As-
guys seen it yet?
As most of all the other movies and everything have gone straight to on demand.
Yeah. Have you guys seen it yet? Were you excited to see yourself in it?
Yeah, I watched it like right when it came out. I was excited.
Yeah.
What movie?
It's 8 Slices for pizza.
He has a very detrimental part in the movie that turns the whole storyline of the whole entire movie around. So he has a pretty important part. It's not the hugest part. He's in it probably about 4 or 5 different scenes, but it's a pretty
It's a turning point of the
it's a
movie.
turning point of the storyline for
Oh,
sure.
that's fun. That's fun. Well, those are the most important ones, right? Because that's when the climax changes or the story actually starts taking legs, really. So
Yeah,
that's really cool.
Legs.
it's pretty fun.
Don't judge my words. I mean, it's always your kid, the worst critic. Get out of here, kid. No, I'm kidding.
Same here.
Right after I said it, I was like, why did I say that? Here she goes. I think it's a pirate saying. And since we were talking about pirates, I don't know, maybe it's nautical.
When a character changes
Pig
position.
legs.
Remember that? What was that called?
Like sea legs.
You remember what it was called?
Yeah.
Nope, it's not foreshadowing. It's when you start out like you were the bad guy and Raising Dion, then you became a good guy. What is that
Oh,
called?
I forgot.
I forgot what
I know you
it's
said it. And
called. Losing my mind.
No, it's okay. Now, are you because you're also a pilot, right, Johnny?
I'm a pilot. I haven't flown in about 5 or 6 years, but I used to fly a lot, and I probably will start flying maybe again sometime when I get everything else settled.
Yeah, I was
It's
wondering
fun.
how your career was going on with the coronavirus as well. But
Well, he's not a pilot as his career. He's
No,
a
the pilot was
as
a
hobby.
private pilot hobby.
Oh, okay.
And I'm a general contractor, so I have a crew, and when I can spend some time out traveling or something, then I would try to do that. But the wife is not crazy about flying in small planes. So.
Yeah, they have a tendency to fall out of the sky a lot.
They do, but they also can glide, and I think they're safer than the 747s that you fly in that don't glide. So pilots always have a different attitude towards big planes and little planes. I'd rather be in a little one.
No, it's funny because my husband, he was
They don't glide, they fall.
pilot, and so we went to because we were really close to RDU, and they had like an open house where different pilot trainers or instructors, they were there explaining how you could become become a pilot and so on. I was like, yeah, if that's your dream, go for it. And then like the next day, the plane fell out of the sky, and then the day after that, another one, and then another. I was like, you know what?
Yeah, right.
Not so much.
Right. It seems like when you don't hear about that for a while, but then occasionally you hear about it and it starts happening. But I don't know.
You hear about it quite a lot. If you pay attention.
You just have to be a certain mindset. There's an old saying that there's old pilots and there's bold pilots, but there's no such a thing as an old bold pilot.
Oh, got it.
So if you think about it, it'll come to you for a while.
No, it makes me think of a lot of different scenarios that have happened recently where people were taking
chances,
too much risk.
Right.
Yeah, whether it's too much weight on a plane or
right. There you go. Weight balance is very important.
With flying in bad conditions
and things. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
yeah.
Tragedy. Yep.
Well, I want to make sure everybody knows where they can follow you guys and keep up with your career, so we can make sure we see you on the big screen and little one.
It's you're gonna give me your his Instagram is Gavin W Munn.
Okay.
And that's where he's doing most of the stuff.
Yeah, that's really all he has is the Instagram.
All right. Well,
thanks.
Well, happy belated Mother's Day to you, and I guess a happy early Father's Day to you.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Well.
Same to you. Thank you. And
Well,
thank you very much for inviting us on your show. And Vanessa, it was wonderful meeting you.
Nice to meet you.
Sure is, Vanessa. It was nice to meet you.
It was nice meeting you guys as well, like to actually meet you instead of being over the phone.
Right.
It's a lot easier to interview people when you can see them.
It was fun.
It was fun. Thank you.
Well, it was my pleasure. And you guys have a great weekend. And thanks again for stopping by and being part of my show.
Right.
Thank you.
All right. Well, you guys have a good weekend.
You too.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Yay, another showdown. Yay, you were fun having it as my co-host this week. You're going to have to join me another time I have younger guest. How does that sound? Okay. Or do you want to just join me all the time? Kids. Yeah, she's saying no. Yeah, okay. It's worth a shot. It's worth a shot. Bring your daughter to work week was kind of fun. We had a couple of great times. What did you enjoy about doing their show with me? No pressure. Did you enjoy it?
No, I didn't. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I like the monologue. That was fun to do too. Playing the monologue game.
Yeah,
that was fun. We'll have to do that again every once in a while, especially with summer coming soon. I don't work on the weekends. I'm kidding.
Too bad.
Like, I don't wear makeup on the weekends. I stay in my pajamas for the most part.
Same.
I just dance along to the different lives that DJs have on, or try to catch up on any of the classes I missed during the week that everybody else got to see live. But that was a lot of fun talking with Gavin. They're such a fun family. I wish they were closer because it would be nice to to have some acting families nearby to hang out with and practice and maybe even do auditions with right there.
Talk to the magical green dot.
She's talking about the camera because
Yeah.
it's a green dot for me. But
Or
yeah.
or some computers. Most computers.
Well, I don't know. What is it like on you use those Google Docs, not Google Docs, Chromebooks, whatever. Do they have a green dot too when you
I don't know. I never been
used
on the camera with
at
the
school?
Chromebook.
Oh, okay. Look at that.
I
I've
don't
never
even know
used
how to do
I
that.
haven't used a PC since cameras have been in PCs. So, last time I was on a PC, it was like I think in college. No, when I was a pharmaceutical sales rep, they gave us a PC laptop. Could not wait to give it back.
Last time I was when when my teacher made me use a computer for a test. Did not like it at all.
Really? Why?
Because other kids use that.
Oh. My little germ phobe.
And some people eat and use the computers.
Oh.
So that's disgusting.
Yeah. Well, how did you enjoy meeting Gavin?
It was fun.
Yeah. It was fun interviewing another kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's also interesting. You don't have your eyelashes on.
No, I didn't put lashes on today. Can you tell? Well, I guess you just said it. Yeah.
Yes.
It's a big difference. It's a big difference.
And that is
I
just
miss
like
my
eyeliner.
lashes. I know. Like every time I would look at myself and catch a picture of myself, I was like, man, I should have put on lashes. I'm addicted to the things. I love them. And then I do more of these and I just feel more regal with them on. It's a total power trip,
I love my
confidence booster.
eyelashes. And
Just
also,
so they're good.
if I wear those, they probably would just be on my glasses.
Yeah, she has like kids ones for pageants. So if you ever want to do a pageant, I'll get you some. Yes, I'm bribing her. Don't judge me.
I don't like lashes. I
Mhm.
like my eyelashes.
No, you have really long eyelashes already, but you get some of those glam and gottis on. Woo, you feel like a new woman. But you're a kid still, so why would you want to feel like that? But anyway, Gavin was so much fun. I
It has been
absolutely
60
adored
minutes.
him. He's such a cute kid. I love his character that he plays on Raising Dion. Just to see the different, all the different, his character actually changes. It goes from being a bad guy to a good guy. So just seeing that progression sometimes, like seeing that people can change instead of just always keeping them in a certain stereotype and finding out why he was being a mean guy or a mean kid. Because, sometimes they'll show bullies without ever showing that they can be changed, that, you don't have to stay being mean or bad. Well, I wouldn't use the word bad, but
Being mean to children.
yeah, that
Even
you
though you're
can,
children.
with the right guidance and love and hugs, maybe you can come around or finally making the friends that actually encourage positivity. But anyway, Raising Dion, if you have not seen it, what are you waiting for? It's a great show. Go watch it. And if you're over the age of 18 or maybe even 21, check out Righteous Gemstone. It's hilarious. It's with Danny McBride, Johnny Goodman. I'm blanking on some of the other people's names, but it's really funny, really good. It's kind of like a very sarcastic, not sarcastic, what's the word? It's a parody of evangel church, a huge evangel church where they're not very church like at all. So it's a really fun show to watch. Yeah. So anyway, have a great weekend. Next week is going to be so much fun. I cannot wait for you guys to watch. And I also need to mention, I'm going to put the link up a little bit later. I'm going to be a speaker at an event on Thursday. It starts at 1:00 right here. It's a Zoom seminar where it's going to be different professionals from the entertainment industry that are going to be giving encouraging words on how to get you through coronavirus and to make sure that you stay positive and professional. And there's going to be people in all different walks of life and entertainment, like publicists, producers, directors, talk show hosts, and we're all going to share about working in the entertainment industry, especially with everything that's going on, just to kind of give people some encouragement and make sure you're not alone. That there's a whole network out here that is ready to embrace you in the entertainment industry if you're interested in getting involved. And Miss Nikki has some work to do. Yeah, you gotta catch. I need to catch up as well because I've been watching so many shows for work and not really for my own pleasure. And Righteous Gemstones are one of those where you're just like laughing because it's so inappropriately funny. That I love that show. It's kind of reminds me of the same vein as Shameless, but with Shameless, it got to a point almost like I felt bad laughing at them because of their socioeconomic status and so on. Like, it's not their fault. Maybe if they had better opportunity type of thing, as opposed to these are like filthy rich people who are making really funny choices. So enjoy. Let me know how you like it. And I'm going to post a link for you guys to check me out Thursday at 1:00 where I'll be involved in this webinar. But next week, every Monday through Friday next week, I will have a 6:00 interview. Cannot wait for you guys to meet some of the people. Jackie Stone, I have her Monday. She's from LiveX Live. Then Tuesday is my good friend, comedian Guy Torrey will be joining me. Wednesday, please don't make me do this all from heart because now I'm like, who did I book each day? I'm making sure I say the right days for each one. Oh yeah, Wednesday is double. We're gonna have comedian Byron Brooks on, as well as R&B singer Rob J is going to be on. Thursday, Oh my, ready for the ring. I don't know. I was trying to do some WWE sounds. Former
Okay.
WWE star, but also former Miss Black America, who is now an actress. Charmel will be on with me. Queen Charmel will be on. And then Friday is going to be an exciting surprise guest that are from a blast from my past. We were we all worked together on this film that we're all going to kind of hang out, catch up. It'll be fun catching up with them and talking about what they're doing now, kind of where are they now, Camille edition, with different actors and people that I worked with in the past to see what they're up to now. Because some are working in the entertainment industry, some kind of still are, and some are not at all. So it'll be fun to talk to them. But very excited about Jackie, Guy. Oh, and then also on Tuesday, we're working out the time still because they're he's going to be tuning in from Iceland and they already started filming there. So he's going to give me a little insight on how filming's going there, what they're doing differently, so we can all learn from their example and possibly really alleviate some of the fears of going back to set, because I really can't wait, but at the same time, I can, you know?
Yeah, you can wait, but you can't.
Okay.
Why? There are so many people outside.
Why are you paying attention to that when you got a camera right there? All right. On that note, thanks
a green
again
dot.
for I know the green dot. Thanks again for tuning in to the E Spot. I can't wait for you to see you guys next week. Have a great weekend. Stay well, stay safe. Awkward bye time while I try to find the button.